This video contains commentary. What is up, my little dudicorns? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into some r/ChoosingBeggars. I hope you guys had a fantabulous weekend. So get yourself some coffee or whatever you need to start your Monday. I guess we're in the middle of Monday, so whatever you need to get through the rest of your Monday, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Jailbird uncle demands more monthly money, is denied the increase, sues his brother, loses in court, now gets nothing. Posted by user Phoenix Waller. The title is the TLDR, LOL. Bit of a long one for y'all. Just a bit of background. My uncle's been in jail off and on for probably 3/4 of my life, and I'll be 40 this year. Usually it was just pure idiocy that landed him behind bars. Once, he broke into a house and fell asleep on their couch. Another time, it was something like public drunkenness in Utah on a non-drinking day or something. At that point, I wasn't paying attention to what exactly landed him in jail. It was just an, oh, uncle is in jail again, and move on with life thing. But this last time, he got drunk and beat a man almost to death. Sentenced 20 years. Other random facts that came into play. Uncle had 2 kids. Uncle was divorced, but failed to pay child support, so had a huge child support bill due. That child support bill? If Uncle ever had too much money at once because his money was watched by the prison system, it could be seized to repay back child support. Anyway, on to the long story. This went on for about a decade, so a few things might be out of order, but all the key parts are there. So it's the late 2000s, and Uncle is already in prison for beating this dude. Then my grandfather, on that side, who'd previously been subsidizing my uncle in prison, had a stroke, and for a few days it was pretty touch and go. My dad flies out, and it's obvious that if Grandpa lives, he's going to have to go into a nursing home. Grandpa's sister and my dad are there and decide that they need Grandpa to get his will together. They have an attorney come to the hospital, and the will gets written, witnessed, etc. Now, yes, Grandpa had just had a stroke, but his mind was still fully there. His mind was good until the day he died. At this point, I have to break to mention 2 things. 1. Grandpa owed Dad about $20,000, so the will was structured to treat that as a separate somehow. And 2. Grandpa told Dad not to give my uncle money in prison. Anyway, in the will, my grandpa left everything to my dad. Nothing to the grandchildren, this comes up later, and nothing to my uncle. My dad and Grandpa's sister actually asked about my uncle, and Grandpa replied that he'd bailed him out of jail so many times, even adding an extra mortgage once if I recall, and sent him so much spending money for prison that in his eyes, my uncle had already received his inheritance. Now, we were still on speaking terms with Uncle after Grandpa's stroke, and even though he was told not to, my dad started sending the monthly spending money, which I believe was $50 then, and after a couple years went up to $75. A year later, Grandpa passed. We called the prison to let Uncle know, and in subsequent letter, he was informed that there was nothing for him in the will. My parents did put a token amount into a bond for him anyway. About 3 years pass, during which time my parents continue to send a monthly stipend to my uncle. Then, Uncle calls with some excuse for why he needs more money. My parents call BS and tell him that they're not sending anything extra. Uncle gets pushier, and my parents finally tell them that they'll cash out the bond they set aside for him, but then there will be nothing for him when he gets out. Uncle takes the money, but still demands an increase in his monthly amount. He's told, once again, no, he's not getting free money, and if he needs more, he should get a job in the prison. At some point around this same time, one of my cousins died. The other died a couple years later. Uncle argues that cousin's inheritance should revert to him, arguing that Grandpa had to have left some money to his precious grandchildren, neglecting the fact that none of the grandchildren were included, and even if they were, it would have been paid out years earlier. When my parents send ex-aunt money to help with funeral costs, Uncle is mad because he thinks that money should have gone to him for grieving or something. Fast forward several months. There have been rumblings of Uncle demanding money from other people we know, which is pissing everybody off. But this is the way he operates, and everybody is a tiny bit forgiving because his eldest kid just died. Then ex-aunt forwards us a letter in which Uncle asks her to lie for him and state that there was a previous will by my grandparents that included him. There wasn't. At the same time, we're notified that Uncle is suing my parents, contesting Grandpa's will and demanding almost 5 times the amount of the entire inheritance. Note, he was able to claim indigent status, so filing fees and such were waived. Is that indigenous? Maybe? I don't know. Please let me know if I'm missing something there. It's at this point my parents cut him off, pretty sure that their own money has been used to buy favors in prison that helped Uncle put together the lawsuit. Now, the lawsuit was full of ridiculous allegations, claiming that Grandpa had been coerced into making a new will while mentally weak due to the stroke, that my parents had abused my grandpa, that the estate was worth far more than it was because of antiques and such. LOL, old doesn't mean valuable. That my parents were willfully withholding the contact information of family members who would back up his claims. Nope, they begged us not to give them their details because they knew he'd demand money, and as many lies as he thought he could get away with. Enter lawsuit number 1, filed in the state Grandpa lived in before his stroke, and where the will was written. Was quickly dismissed on jurisdiction grounds as Uncle didn't live there, my parents don't live there, and Grandpa didn't die there because my parents brought him to a nursing home in our state so he wouldn't have to be alone. Enter lawsuit number 2. About 9 months or so after lawsuit number 1, Uncle refiled in the state he's incarcerated in. This time it wasn't quickly tossed on jurisdiction grounds, and parents had to get an out-of-state attorney. Eventually the case was dismissed, but without prejudice. Enter lawsuit number 3. Almost immediately after the case was tossed in the second state, he sues again in the state parents live in and Grandpa died in. Parents have to get an attorney. Again. This time, Uncle gets it in his head he'll win and drops the suit, expecting an amicable resolution because he's sick. But at this point, my parents are done and have been no contact for a while. My dad is pissed, and nope, there will be no amicable resolution because F the uncle and his shit. Enter lawsuit number 4. About 6 months after dropping lawsuit number 3, Uncle sues again. This one finally gets to court. A judge looks at everything, including threatening letters Uncle had sent and the letter he'd sent ex-aunt wanting her to lie about another will, etc. And the case is finally tossed with prejudice, meaning no refile. Uncle immediately appeals, but when that finally got to the appeals court, they tossed it pretty quickly. Now, the sweet ending. Because all the family and friends watched Uncle run my parents through 4 different frivolous lawsuits because they refused to give him more money, almost everybody has cut ties, and last I heard, nobody was giving him any money at all. Good. Fuck that dude. That was a long-ass story. Damn. Holy shit, though. Like, why does this couple... What the fuck is a couple, Lorna? Jesus. Hey, what's up? The Reddit Fairy channel where she doesn't even edit out her own fuck-ups. Actually, I do sometimes if they're really bad. I've had some bad ones, by the way. Maybe I should just start compiling all my really bad fuck-ups for one, like... I don't know, random episode one day and just upload them and be like, here you go, laugh at me. You need a laugh? Here you go. But this guy, fuck this guy. He can stay in jail for the rest of his life. He sounds like a total piece of shit, I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes on this video. If we can, I will guarantee you that you will get through your Monday without throat punching someone. How about that? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for future videos just like this one, my dudes. All right, let's get into the next story. Super Bowl Party Tantrum. Posted by user Feel Like Being a Jerk. So, I am at a very lovely and huge Super Bowl party being thrown by a casino free for their VIPs. There are 4 food stations, cold apps, hot apps, burgers, etc., and dessert. We were all warned that the party is sold out, so get there early for a seat, etc. Apparently, Karen did not get the memo. This place is pretty full as it is almost game time. She's in the line for sliders, etc., and realizes the wings are all out. The waiter tells her they are gone and no more to be put out. Karen starts ripping the poor waiter a new one until another lady in line tells her to knock it off because this poor kid was not responsible for ordering food and there are plenty of other options for food. It takes a special kind of bitch to ream someone out for an event that was totally free. Oh, and everyone who is attending gets either $500 or $250 if your team wins or loses to play in the casino after the game, and you got $100 if your team won the coin toss. Plus, you got a free hotel room if you wanted, and they are having more giveaways every quarter. So, shut the fuck up, Karen. Update. More wings arrived. Where's Karen? Oh, and they also brought in one of the players from the local NFL team to take pics with people. Ha! That's what you get, Karen. She probably stomped her feet, said, "They don't have any wings. I'm gonna go pout in my room. Oh my god." Oh, sorry, I didn't do my Karen voice. Oh, they don't have any wings? I'm gonna go cry in my room, cause what the fuck? Oh my god. This is, that's very choosing beggary. It's a free event. You're getting all this shit for free. You're getting, at least $250, even if your team loses, to spend for free. What the fuck, Karen? Really, what the fuck? This one is and I believe it. There's something about this story that I believe it really happens. Because they just come out. When the free stuff comes out, they come out like woodworks. Okay, just for an example, I made a post a couple years ago about making some fun, Disney, I'm not affiliated with Disney in any way, but influenced wigs for, kids with surviving cancer, fighting cancer and all that. Just fun little wigs, and I was trying to do a giveaway. And I would get people messaging me whose kids don't have cancer wanting these wigs for free. And I'm like, no, that's not what this is. This is specifically for kids fighting cancer. This is supposed to be a good thing for them. No, your kid, I understand you're working 2 jobs to support your kid, but your kid is healthy. Your kid doesn't need cheering up. Your kid eats every day. I mean, not saying cancer patients that are kids don't eat every day. That's not what I'm saying. But you know what I mean. They're in good health. I'm doing this for people that need their spirits lifted. You know what I'm saying? Your kids don't know the woes of bills yet. That's your spirits needing lifted, not your kids. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe I'm a bitch, whatever, but it was just some story about, it was what was it? It was around Easter. I think it was around Easter. Talking about how she can't afford to give her kids so much for Easter. I'm like, it's Easter. It's not Christmas. Why do people keep treating Easter like Christmas? Where it's not supposed to be focused on presents. It's about hunting eggs. You know what I mean? Make some eggs with your kids. Go to the supermarket, dye some eggs. That's not my problem. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a bitch. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Just be nice about it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm really chatty today. I might not get to a 6th story. Just depends on how long the rest of these stories are. So let's get into the next one. And I apologize for all of you out there that don't come here to listen to me bitch about stuff. So yeah, let's get into the next one. I'm sorry. I'm Canadian. I'm sorry. Choosing Beggar Monk. Posted by user I Crave Death LOL69. In my campus, we are often bombarded with people asking for donations. I usually tend to avoid these people, and usually it works, until one day. I work on campus and was wearing my uniform. Suddenly, a monk asked me if I could make a donation to him. They were handing out books. I told him that I would like to, but I don't have cash. He pulls out one of those things for cards. He starts handing me 5 different books about yoga. I input the amount I want to give, $5. He then adds an extra 0 and he says, "Usually, students give us this much." I said, "Never mind," and then gave him back his books. He then gives me a copy of some religious books and he says, "Here, you will need this seeing how stingy you are." I told him that it's fine because I am a Satanist. He looked at me with disgust and I walked away. He yelled out, "Stingy bastard!" I honestly felt very mad about it because he already wanted to trick me into giving him $50. Also, what college student donates $50? We're all broke. What? Okay. I'm sorry, but if there's somebody like just in the middle of the campus with a credit card reader, I thought monks, please educate me on this, but I thought monks were like, not really that. I thought they were, I don't know, maybe there's a difference between the silent ones. Just let me know, because I don't really know much about religion. I know I've read a bit, but I mean, I've not gone to school for years on the subject. But yeah, let me know, like, what are all monks silent? Are only some of them silent? Are these? But like, even still, no matter if he was a monk or not, some random person, not in the middle of a courtyard with a card reader, I ain't sticking my card in that, because who knows, it might be one of those card duplicator things. Like, no, this guy might be a scam artist that's pretending to be a monk, it's pretty freaking shady. I wouldn't be, nope, I wouldn't be handing anybody my card unless they were an established business. Stroller swindle, posted by user marked for pie. I read a post here today about a garage sale that reminded me of something that happened to me. I thought I would share. When we had our son, our family chipped in and purchased a stroller/car seat set that was very expensive. Then another friend of ours purchased the same set for us. Therefore, we had two of the same set. At the time, we opened one and we put the other in the basement to exchange for something else. Unfortunately, the basement flooded a couple days later and ruined the box. We had already thrown out the other box, so we just decided to use it as a backup stroller. About a year later, we were moving and downsizing from house to an apartment. We were cleaning out the basement and found the stroller and car seat still in the plastic wrapping. We put it out on the garage sale. We had a lot of people wanting to pay nothing close to what our stuff was worth. For example, I had a beautiful hand-carved mahogany table that we had purchased only a few months prior for $450 priced at $100, and people kept trying to give us $20 for it. Then comes the choosiest lady. She sees the stroller and beelines for it. I have it marked at $75 because it's still in the plastic and has both the stroller and the car seat. Originally, it costs at $400. First, she wanted to pay $20 for it. I refused. Then she gave me a sob story about how she needed it for her grandson because his family had lost everything in a fire. I felt bad, and so I agreed to take $50 for it. She asked me if I had anything else I could spare, and I told her to give me her number, and whatever I didn't sell, I'd give to her at a reduced price. She thanked me and left. After my sale was over, I texted her and told her to bring her daughter so they could look at what was left. They showed up about an hour later with a truck and started going through everything. When they were done, I noticed they only picked out the expensive stuff. My son was in his bouncy chair next to me, and the daughter came over and told me that they wanted all the stuff on the right side. The grandma then said that she had noticed I had more stuff, and she wanted that too. I was confused and asked what stuff she meant. She explained that she wanted the bouncy seat my son was currently occupying, and the pack-and-play behind me that I had brought out for him to play in, and the swing that was visible on my porch. I explained that those items were not for sale as I was still using them, but if they wanted those same items, they were in the stuff that they didn't want. No. They wanted the ones I was using because they were better quality, and if I had two sets, I should use the other set and let them have these because they needed them more. I firmly told them no. After a couple more attempts, they gave up and asked me to load up the stuff they wanted. I asked how much they were going to be able to pay for the things, and they became extremely upset and started yelling that they thought I was giving everything to them for free. No. I showed the grandma the text she had sent me saying that she appreciates me giving them a discount. She replied that she thought that meant that $50 she gave me for the stroller covered everything. I said no. They continued screaming at me and my husband came out and I took my son inside. A few minutes later, he called me to come out and we picked up everything and put it in the garage. He told me he had to threaten to call the police for them to leave. About a week later, the grandma texted me asking me if I had an additional tray attachment for the stroller. I told her no. She then said she wanted her money back because she thought the stroller had an additional attachment. I told her no. She threatened to call the police and file a report of fraud because the stroller she purchased at a yard sale did not have the $30 additional tray that you have to order separately. I told her good luck and blocked her number. Oh my god. The whole family's like this? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the grandma lied to the rest of the family, but that's pretty shitty to just show up at somebody's house and look at, oh, your kid is using that, but I want it. Just take him out. Just put him on the grass. I don't care. Just put him on the grass. I'll just throw that in my car. Fuck off, Karen. I really dislike these people that they buy used things off of somebody and, you'll even say as is on the ad, and then they come back at you after they buy it. They're like, so this is missing, and, so this truck wasn't in as good condition as I thought. I'm like, no, that's not my problem. I told you to look at it. You didn't want to. You said, nope, I'm good. I'm just gonna buy it. Here's your money. I'm gonna just take it. No, that's not my problem anymore. You were told, as is. There's a lot of things that need work. I'm not taking any fucking shit for it after. If you didn't even want to look at it while you were there before you took it. You had that option. You declined to do that. That's on you, my dude. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. What do we got next here? We got one more story to make it 5. Let's see if we can get to 6. I think we'll get to 6. This one's really fucking short. This one's called Choosing Beggars Refined Palate, posted by user Hugo's Mom 1977. Stopped to help a little dog dodging traffic on a busy highway today. Fed him some treats so I could capture him so he wouldn't, die. After leashing him, I figured he was hungry, so I offered him some dog food, and he turned his nose up. Choosing beggar only wanted treats. Oh my god, it's short, but I love it. The doggy just wanted some treats. There's even dogs are choosing beggars. Even the dogs are choosing beggars. What is going on? Oh, poor doggo. I wonder if OP adopted. Hugo's mom said, I wanted to give him a big kiss. What a sweetheart. You're a sweetheart for stopping, OP. Oh, that's so cute. All right, my dudes, let's move on to the last story of the day. And this one is an NSFW, so you might want to turn down your headphones a little bit for this one. I haven't read it yet myself, so we're reading it together here for the first time. This one is called Tales from Jay, the Lemonade Man, posted by user I Have 8 Eyes. Oh, fuck. I don't like spiders. Okay. Wait, no, spiders have more than 8 eyes. Okay, fuck off, Lorna. Let's just read the story. Okay. Hello, everyone. This is my first post to this subreddit recounting my job at a lemonade stand. I held this job for an entire year, so I've seen it all. Enjoy my stories. Starting this story off, I started my job in the summer of 2018. This stand was inside one of the biggest flea markets in my state. At this stand, it was usually 1 or 2 people working at a time. Me and my buddy C, who quit only a month into the job. It was so terrible. Started the stand from opening day. Coincidentally, this day was Memorial Day. And boy, we were not ready for the tsunami of beggars we would unveil. Starting the day with a woman demanding a refund after drinking her entire drink, stating, well, it just wasn't good enough. After some arguing, we just gave her her money and basically told her to get lost. This was only the tip of the shitberg. Almost immediately after our ice machine had an accident similar to Chernobyl and completely explodes, creating no more ice. With this comes the angry beggars. Well, my drink should be free because I've been waiting here for a minute longer than I should. I swear this place brought out the worst in people, and this was just the first day. This place progressed into madness in the following months. Now, I'm not a mentally stable person. I can only take so much until I basically blow my stack and freak out. So over the coming months, we had people haggling prices with us. $3.50 is way too much. Best I can do is $2. And when we refused these offers, telling customers that the price was fixed, they usually responded with well, how about $2.50? My God, thinking about this place brings back memories. But this isn't the only problem. We did not give lids for our lemonades. The simple answer for this is because goddamn plastic is expensive as fuck. For a small business, that could sink us. So our resolve was to sell lids for the bigger size of lemonade. The amount of parents we had bitching about no lids on our drinks was unbelievable. Well, my kid can't drink this, they'll spill it on themselves. My response was, well, that's not my problem. I'm a salesman, not a nanny. Maybe teach them how to hold a cup. This problem eventually escalated towards the end of my time working there. My trainee, let's call him B, was working with me one holiday weekend when we have this man come in, claiming he's from out of town, and orders a drink and demands a lid. Our larger cups are an upcharge. For example, if you got a small cup, you could upgrade to the bigger cup for like $1. He did not like this. He threatens to call the Better Business Bureau over a fucking lid. So I go get my manager. We unfortunately give him the bigger cup and tell him to fuck off. But this isn't the end. On the last day of my job, I finally broke. They had me by myself on the 4th of July. No holiday pay, no breaks. 10 hours of getting the equivalent of an entire Luftwaffe eating at my asshole. A customer came up and told me I forgot to put boba in her drink. Bitch, no I fucking didn't. So I said to her, I bet you $5 I put them in your drink. And she affirms, no you didn't. So, what do? Poured the drink out into my hand over the counter. And guess what was in the cup? You guessed it. I called off the next time I was scheduled and never went back. Sorry if this is a clusterfuck of a post. I just get kind of scatterbrains when I think of it. I have more stories about this place and I'll post more if you're interested. Have a blessed day and thank you for reading. Wow. People who threaten the Better Business Bureau. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, my guys. That was a sneeze. We were all probably like, what the fuck did I just hear? People. Sorry. I'm just gonna leave that in because I'm too fucking lazy to edit it out, so enjoy that. But yeah, people who call the Better Business Bureau are such a joke, or threaten to. I mean, not the ones that actually do call them, because they are functional, like, they are there for a good reason. But I mean, the people that threaten it, it's like, oh no. You know what, how many people actually go to the Better Business Bureau to research a company before you buy from them? Not too many people do. Most people will go to Google first, and that's a whole other can of worms, because Google, you can pay people to put a good review on your Google reviews or your page reviews or something. They're on Fiverr. I just watched a video about this. There's this one woman who does infomercials. Like, she's like an extra, like, she'll do advertisements for your company, like, what do you call them, like testimonials or whatever, saying she's a doctor in one, she's a dentist in another one, she's a lawyer in this one, she's a realtor in the other one, same woman in all of them. But like, this is like, you gotta think about what you're buying, because you can't even trust reviews anymore. All of this shit is paid. Instagram followers or fucking bots, you could pay to get like 20,000 Instagram followers in one shot, like something like that. I don't fucking care about Instagram that much, so I would never do something like that. I wouldn't even do it on YouTube, obviously. You guys see my subscriber count is slowly ticking upwards, so I don't believe in cheating that way. If you're gonna do something, do it right. That's all I'm gonna say. Stop trying to cheat people. Be nice to each other. Drink more water. Be awesome, as always. And that's all I got for you guys today, my dudes. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please smash that like button. Again, we'll try to get to 100 likes on this video, and if we do, you won't throat punch anybody today or next Monday. I'll promise that. Hopefully I can make that happen. Nobody needs to be throat punched today, my dudes. All right, you guys, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for future videos just like this one. And as always, the links to these stories will be in the description. So head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it. And I didn't get to do a Fuck, I can't even talk today. I couldn't do a subscriber submitted story this weekend. I felt like complete and utter shit. I think I have enough stories for next weekend, so I promise, next weekend you guys will get a subscriber submitted stories Sunday episode. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys have a fan-fucking-tabulous day, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace out, my dudes.